After 5 decades, a suspect has now been arrested in connection with a 1974 murder in Dunn County. Our own Elliot Adams has more on the cold case.
On a cold February morning 50 years ago, the body of Mary Schlais was found in this area, and now her alleged killer has been arrested. Schlais was hitchhiking from Minneapolis to Chicago, where allegedly she was picked up by John Miller.
1974, it wasn't that unusual for somebody to hitchhike their way from Minneapolis to Chicago. But it's stories like this is the reason we don't let our kids do it anymore. This was a very bright young lady who had a very bright future ahead of her, and her life was taken away from her.
Despite decades of tips, leads, and interviews, Miller was never identified as a suspect. And with the passage of time, not everyone got closure.
Unfortunately, a lot of them that worked on this case have gone to their own grave. Back to Sheriff Darrell Spangaletti. Corky Spangaletti was a sheriff at the time that worked on this, and it was really just he and the undersheriff.
What broke the case, though, was technology.
But essentially what it does is provide us with leads in certain family lineages.
From there, Miller was identified as a suspect and questioned at his Owatonna apartment. He initially denied killing Schlais, but then confessed.
This is a big deal. This is something we've been working on for years and years and years, and finally to put a bow on this one and have somebody in custody for it is unbelievably satisfying as a law enforcement officer.
Miller is currently in custody in Minnesota, where he is waiting to be extradited to the Dunn County Jail. For News 18, I'm Elliot Adams.
Thanks, Elliot. Miller is now charged with first-degree murder and will face a possible penalty of life in prison if convicted.